Are you looking to take your personal finances to the next level? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by I Was Broke, Now I'm Not, with your host, Joseph Sangle.
Well, welcome to the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joseph Sangle, and we are fired up to help you each and every Monday with some right now relevant information to help you, yes, you, achieve your fully funded life. And we are on episode number
204.
And that is the voice of my co-host, Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up?
Fired up. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. It is the next to last day
the end of May.
How in the world?
Wild.
We're recording these podcasts a little early, just to let everybody know, to make sure that Megan's voice can be heard on these Mondays when she's cuddling these twin baby boys and assuring 3-year-old Logan that everything's going to be all right with this craziness that's going on. It's going to be a challenge. He's going to love them so much. It's going to be great. But here's what I know. This topic of money is a big challenging one.
Yes.
And we talk about a ladder all the time. And one of the things I know about ladders is when you go up to one, and especially like you're hanging the Christmas lights, you want to make sure when you're going way up on a ladder that the bottom is really stable, that you have a solid foundation under it. So we're talking about, in a series, we're talking about foundational elements of the fully funded life ladder, which is our roadmap for helping people win with their money, live a fully funded life. So today, what solid piece of the foundation are we talking about?
Yes. So today we're talking about insurance. So our question is having insurance really an important part of my financial journey?
Yes. The end. Thanks for joining us on this Monday Money Tip Podcast. Oh, they folded the paper here. I'm not allowed to look at something.
You're unfolding it.
Yeah, I was unfolding it, but I didn't read it. Because now, before we dive into all the success story and go to answer this question about insurance and this foundational element, we're going to that favorite component of the podcast. You know what time it is. Let's roll it.
Now it's time to get caught up with our current money events.
The Monday Money Tip Podcast is sponsored by the Fully Funded Life Membership Program. The Fully Funded Life Membership Program provides all you need to begin winning with money and live a fully funded life. Fully Funded Life includes 4 key components: courses, challenges, coaching, and community. Courses provide financial education. Challenges help you make massive progress in a specific money skill. Coaching is provided by the Fully Funded Life Certified Coaches through open office hours held multiple times each month. All of the courses, challenges, and coaching results in an outstanding community that help equip, motivate, and encourage you to take your next financial steps toward your fully funded life. Fully Funded Life. Courses, challenges, coaching, community. All that's missing is you. Learn more and receive a special offer for Monday Money Tip listeners today at fullyfunded.life/MMT. That's www.fullyfunded.life/MMT. Okay, for today's current money event section, we are going to talk about money trivia.
Yes.
Money trivia. Well, I don't even know what that means, but apparently there's been a takeover of the current money event section. Y'all, danger, alert, alert. We have been taken over. We've been bombarded, and barnstormed, and Megan has stolen it.
Yes.
So I guess it's yours.
Here are 5 questions.
It's money trivia?
Money trivia.
Who's answering these? Me and you?
You. No,
Oh.
I can see the answers.
Oh, geez. Am I going to be stumped? Is this Stump Joe?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I would know the answers to these questions. But here we go. Number 1. Who suggested the design for the first penny?
When was the first penny released? Can I get a hint?
That is not in my answers, so I do not know.
The first penny. Well, Abe Lincoln's on it. Was that the first penny? There's the Indian head penny, right? From earlier than that.
No idea.
Yep, there was. Because I've gotten some of those.
He's very famous. He's on other money.
He is?
He is.
That's a hint?
That is a hint.
Well, let's just go through them. My favorite is Ben Franklin because he's on the $100 bill. Is that it?
That is correct.
Yes.
Benjamin Franklin.
I am lucky, but I had a lot of tips.
He thought of the motto, mind your business.
Oh, mind your business?
That's what he wanted on it.
Oh, he wanted that on there? Mind your business?
Instead of the what is it?
E pluribus unum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was... it had the motto.
I like that. Mind your business.
The motto,
mind your business. I like that a lot. That's
I think
hilarious.
maybe we should bring that back.
All right. Well, I want other people to be commenting on this. Like, what did they guess?
All right. Number 2. What is the most counterfeited bill?
Oh, this is easy. I think this is easy. The $20 bill.
Yes. The $20 bill, the $100 bill is a close second.
Yeah.
Very good.
The $20 bill.
All right.
Because who would counterfeit a dollar bill? I mean, good grief.
Hey, times are hard, okay? Yeah. Number 3, what is the largest note ever printed?
I'm going to say the $1,000 bill, but I wanted to say the $10,000 bill, but I'm saying the $1,000 bill.
The $100,000 gold certificate printed in December 1934 to January 1935, only used in transaction between the Federal Reserve Bank and the U.S. Treasury. I don't know why you didn't know that.
$100,000? Is it still legal tender?
It doesn't say.
It's a gold certificate, you said?
That's what it says, gold certificate.
I've heard of silver certificates. Did not know that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 4. Who was the first woman to be featured on a U.S. coin?
Susan B. Anthony.
No. She's from a different country, if that helps.
Joan of Arc. Queen Elizabeth.
It was minted in 1893, if that helps. She was from Spain.
None of this is helping.
Spanish queen. Queen Isabella of Spain, featured on a commemorative coin. The first woman was actually not an American, but a Spanish queen, minted in 1893.
Isabella was what I was going to name my last daughter if it wasn't Megan.
That's a pretty name.
It's a nice name.
Hey, you could just keep these trivia questions in your pocket and pull them out at a party. Mm-hmm. All right, this next one is true or false.
Okay, I like it. I got a 50-50 shot.
50-50 chance. There's more Monopoly money printed every year than real money.
False.
It is actually true.
What?
Parker Brothers reports that it's rolling in the fictional pink, blue, and yellow dough, printing about 30 billion each year. The U.S. government generally only prints enough money to replace old or worn-out bills, which results in annual printing of roughly 4 to 5 billion notes each year. They be printing a lot more money.
Yeah.
Maybe that's pre-stimulus package.
Wow. So that's my 5 questions?
Yeah.
I got 1, 2. I got 2. 40%. Reminds me of my engineering classes.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I would have done any better.
So that is it for today's current money events section. How did you do, listeners? Yeah, don't make fun of me too much. Okay. That's awesome.
Questions.
Thank you so much for invading my current money events section.
Remember when we used to do the hot seat? I feel like this
I felt like that was the current money events hot seat.
Bringing it back.
Right. Let's move on.
I kind of like it.
Because my energy is fading. And as everybody knows who's listening to the podcast, this podcast is powered by the listener's success. So share a success story.
All right. So today's success story comes from another one of our fully funded life members. And this member embarked on the spending challenge, which is one of our challenges that we have, where they found success and renewed perspective on their purchase habits. They said, I succeeded in the spending challenge. I realized that the desire to buy passes soon after it is ignored.
That is amazing, isn't it? That is like so profound. So the spending challenge is where people go on, they fast from spending. Like they say, I'm not going to spend money. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fast from that, like whatever that item is. And it really is amazing when you tell yourself no. It feels horrible in the moment. And if it's a day or two later, all of a sudden you a lot of times find that feeling just fades away and you're like, hey, I somehow survived. Mm-hmm. And your bank account still has the money. Mm-hmm. And it may not seem like a lot, like $3 or $4 for a coffee drink or something, but that adds up when you were doing that daily. So that is awesome. I can hear the power. Do you hear it? Wait, it didn't blow up.
I was about to say
that is max energy. That is the turbo firing up because we are powered by success. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. I like these sound effects that I've done the last couple weeks. Do you like them?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. So our question for today is having insurance really an important part of my financial journey?
C, yes, we. Those are 3 answers. A foundational element of the latter is having appropriate insurance. Now, appropriate is a very good word.
Yes.
Great, appropriate. Because some people are overinsured. Maybe it might help, though, for you to give a definition of insurance. Help everybody hear really what insurance is.
Yes. So insurance, it's a noun, in case you were curious. The act, system, or business of insuring property, life, one's persons, that's always a funny thing to say, etc., against loss or harm arising in specific, what is that word?
Contingencies?
Contingencies. It's a hard word to say. Contingencies as fire, accident, death, disablement, or the like in consideration of a payment proportional to the risk involved. Blah, blah, blah.
That's a lot. Yeah, I like a really way to say it, a simple way. That's a definition in the dictionary. But Webster, you can make it a lot more simple. It's a way of transferring financial risk. That's really what it is.
With your contingencies.
Insurance is financial, right? It's not, ultimately, yes, it's healthcare, but it's really the financial aspect of healthcare, right? It is the replacement of a vehicle, the property, the house, whatever the item. Mm-hmm. It's transferring financial risk. You cannot, not always bring back the item, cannot always bring back the person or the disablement, but financially trying its best to make them whole. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Yep. All right, so today we're going to share some insurance basics. So basic number 1, your emergency fund is insurance.
Yeah. So this is why in the fully funded life ladder, the first thing is to set goals. That's rung number 1. But rung number 2, immediately, the first financial, truly purely financial thing is to build an emergency fund of at least a month's worth of expenses. And then rung number 5 is to build it to a minimum of 3 months worth of expenses. Because functionally, when you pay money to an insurance company, who are some of your insurance companies you do business with?
We do Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay. Health insurance.
I'm trying to think who our car and home is with.
Travelers, Geico, Liberty Mutual, Liberty Bibberty, right? Farmers, State Farm, Nationwide, Allstate, right?
You wouldn't have asked me, I would have.
Okay, so you have these, right? But when you pay them money, right? Do they say, oh my goodness, the Hebrews sent us money. Let's throw a party. Let's spend it all. Yeah. They cannot do that.
No.
Because yes, they pay their administrative people and all this stuff. And they pay claims to providers, doctors for health insurance, car repair people if it's for car stuff, things like that. But they keep an enormous amount of the money in a big pile. Mm-hmm. It's called float. And that money is there for when a claim happens so that they can pay the claim, right? And that is the same thing that's happening when you build an emergency fund. You have not spent it. It's in a big account. And it is float. It is described as float, economic float. And if you have an event happen, car breakdown, you have money to pay for it. Mm-hmm. Make sense? Mm-hmm. If you spent all the money, that would be the same thing as you sending money to the insurance company. They spend it all, and then you have a claim. And it's like, we're sorry, we spent the money. And we can't pay for it.
Should have called yesterday.
Yeah. So your emergency fund functions as insurance. It's not a replacement for all types of insurance, but it is a form of insurance. I just wanted to share that with everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yep. All the moms out there will understand this, but if you've ever experienced pregnancy brain and mom brain at the same time, it's a real thing. And you can't remember anything like basic things like who your home insurance is with.
Okay, that's great. Congratulations for sharing that.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you have made a little human, and now you're making 2 little humans at the same time, which my mom did because I'm a twin, and I don't know how that happens.
And trying to keep
that is just
the other little human alive.
Crazy that you can carry them around and birth them and
but they suck everything out of you, like your brain power too.
Yeah, but look at you preparing one podcast after another. Get fired up.
Trying.
Helping people on their money journey.
Forget words like contingency. Okay. All right. So basic number 2, insurance allows you to transfer risk.
Right, which is the basic definition of insurance. So it allows you to transfer, I would like to say it another way, insurance allows you to transfer financial risk. Mm-hmm. So insurance can't keep you alive. It will help. It can't keep you alive. Insurance cannot do a lot of things, but one thing it can do is transfer financial risk. Mm-hmm. So it aims to preserve the financial integrity or wholeness of the individual such that whatever situation they were in prior to the said accident or incident or contingency, that they are restored to that as much as is possible.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think of things like I'm about to have babies, well, I'm not necessarily worried about the thousands and thousands of dollars that are about to come my way because I have insurance that ideally is going to pay for said birth. Or, a few years ago, we got in a car accident. Well, we weren't necessarily worried about having to spend the thousands and thousands of dollars because we had car insurance that's supposed to cover this. We're not having to take the risk on ourselves. We're allowing it to transfer to our insurance company because we pay them monthly. When we need them, they're able to step in and say, all right, well, here's the money to pay for this.
And generally the cost is 0.5 of 1% or up to 1% of the value of the item.
Yeah.
That's generally what you're paying.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to pay for things. Okay, so like life insurance. Sometimes that's a hard one for me to pay for.
Yeah.
But when you need the life insurance, you're really glad that you've been paying for it for the last however many years.
You're not glad.
The other person is
the
glad.
other person who receives it is somewhat. They're not glad, but they're thankful.
Because it is grateful. A risk. You might not need it, but if you do need it, you're uber glad that you have it.
And the reason, you think about car insurance, that's for you to keep you whole.
Right.
If you think about health insurance, that's for you and your family to keep them whole. Life insurance is the one that allows you to say, I'm going to keep those that I love financially whole.
Yeah.
If I depart life earlier than I planned or expected.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So basic number 3 is insurance companies are for profit.
Now, a lot of people are frustrated by this because their insurance company charges them money and maybe the rates go up. But the fact is, insurance companies are indeed for-profit organizations.
They try to make that money.
You want them to be for-profit so that when you have a claim, they actually have money to pay for your claim. So get over them being for-profit and do shop around, do get quotes from multiple companies. We say 2 from name brand companies, 1 from an independent insurance agent. But the fact is they are for-profit organizations. And because they're for-profit and because there's lots of competition, it means that insurance continues to get better and better for the consumer. So excellent.
Yep. All right. Basic number 4, never own insurance policies you can't clearly explain.
Right. I have a lot of people that I meet with who bought a insurance policy and they bought it because their family member went into selling insurance and they wanted to make them feel good, or it sounded good, or it appealed to some sort of catastrophic thing. For example, a lot of people own cancer insurance. Well, and there are people who've gotten cancer who have indeed redeemed their cancer insurance. But here's the thing. If you have long-term disability insurance and short-term disability insurance and you have health insurance, you don't need cancer insurance.
Yeah.
Right? So the disability insurance will cover your income issue and your health insurance will cover the treatments. But a lot of people will have cancer insurance, which means they're double insured. So I don't know why you would do that. It's not like it's a horrible, if you can afford it, it's in your budget, you can have it. It's not wrong to have it. It's just, why would you have insurance that you can't really explain why you have it other than, so-and-so in your family had cancer and that made you really scared, so you wanted cancer insurance, right? Or many people bought whole life insurance policies, or they bought complex derivatives of those, like universal index life insurance policies. And it's like, or some sort of annuitized ones. And they can't even begin to explain why they have it, except for the person selling it to them seemed convinced that it was right for them.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they were convinced it was right for them was a huge commission it generated for the salesperson.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So I would just say, don't own an insurance policy you can't clearly explain. Make sure you explain how it works, when it would potentially pay a claim for you, how long it's going to last, is there a term. Make sure you know clearly what each insurance policy you have covers and why you have it.
And most of the normal ones, I mean, health insurance, car insurance, home insurance, like those are all ones that you should easily be able to explain.
Sure.
Life insurance, like there's these common ones that
I always say there's 5 basic ones, right? And I'm going to say 5 and I can't remember one maybe, but let's try it. There's home and renters. So if you have a home, own the home, then
Home insurance.
If you're renting a place, surprise, surprise, the landlord, the one who owns the building, their insurance only covers the dwelling. You need contents insurance called renter's insurance. So for your housing. The second one is automobile insurance. If you're driving a vehicle around, you need that. It's by law, you need that. The third type would be disability insurance. Make sure you have disability insurance, especially long-term disability. If you're on rung 5 and you have at least 3 months worth of savings, you probably don't need short-term, but you definitely need long-term disability insurance. And a couple key things to look into is own occupation and to retirement age, which means it will pay you until you can return back to your occupation that you were doing previously, not just any occupation. So it's any occupation versus own occupation. You want to be able to return back to your own occupation or it pays you. And then there's health insurance. And then there's life insurance. Look at that. I named all 5. Get fired up.
Okay, so basic number 5 is never allow a lapse in insurance coverage.
Yes, do not do this. I see stories of this. I find that life tends to happen when you have a lapse in insurance. So don't allow it to happen. I see this happen a lot when people would lose their employment, especially in 2007, 8, and 9, when lots of people are getting laid off. There's huge unemployment. And yes, you can carry your health insurance, but now you have to pay the whole premium your employer was paying, plus 2% called COBRA, continuing of benefits. And no one can pay that. Who can go from paying, $200 or $300 out of their paycheck? Now they don't have a paycheck, and now it's $1,700 a month.
Sure.
So they allow a lapse in coverage, and the next thing you know, life happens, health claim, they're in a mess. So don't allow a lapse to happen. Certainly, if you have a job loss and you've lost your coverage, you need to hustle to figure out what to do to make sure you have continuing coverage. Go through the exchanges many times because you've lost your income. You can get it for very cheap. But never, ever, ever allow a lapse in insurance coverage. How horrible would it be that you paid for life insurance for 15 years, forgot to pay in the 16th year, and you die, and now the policy you paid for 15 years in a row does not pay?
Sure.
That would be horrible.
That would be horrible. All right, basic number 6. We talked about this already, but avoid fear-based insurance policies.
Yeah, those are the cancer insurances, the catastrophic insurances, the accidental death and dismemberment.
See, some words are hard to say.
Dismemberment. Yeah, they are. I don't know what my excuse is over here though. But accidental death and dismemberment. Well, if you die accidentally and you have life insurance, there you go. If you dismember, okay, you lost part of your body. Well, that's disability, right? Yeah. So that's really important. I would avoid the fear-based insurance policies.
Yep. All right. So now you know some insurance basics. You may be wondering what to do next. So just as a next step, we're launching our very own insurance course as part of Fully Funded Life, and you can follow the links in our show notes to learn how to purchase this course or become a Fully Funded Life member. Or if you're already a Fully Funded Life member, you get to look forward to this course coming to your portal soon.
Man, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, and you're going to walk through some types of insurance, cost of insurance, how to compare insurance policies. So if you have questions about insurance, what to do, what should you have, maybe you have some insurance that you're like, I don't know if I need this, and you hop on a coaching call, maybe they can help you with that. But we're walking all through insurance.
And I think it's great. I know a lot of people are listening like, spend money on an insurance course. Yeah, right. But I will tell you, most importantly, we'll show you how to save a ton of money on your insurance.
Yeah.
And that's hugely important. And it helps you become an informed consumer. And that creates financial confidence. And financial confidence, well, you know when you have it and you know when you don't have it.
Yeah.
Financially confident people make better financial decisions across the board, not just with insurance. So we're excited for that. All of our Fully Funded Life members get it. We're excited for that. We're constantly producing new content for them. So we have a quote today, and I love this quote. It's unknown who said it, but they said, insurance, well, that's the only product that both the seller and buyer hope is never actually used.
That's funny.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what we're going to talk about next week.
All right, so next week we're doing the This or That series.
Oh, I've loved that series.
It's a good one. And we're talking about save or invest. Which one should you do?
So if you have money, should you save it? Should you invest it? This or that? Hey, if you like today's episode, please help us get this podcast so other people could benefit. by quickly rating the podcast, leaving a review. That helps algorithms show it to other people similar to you who like to learn about their money and live a fully funded life. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I would love for you to leave a comment on there. What is one big thing you've learned about insurance that has helped you save money? Or have you had an event happen where your insurance paid? Share that. We can all learn together. Hey, if you've implemented one of our tips, as we mentioned, the power of this podcast, the energy, is powered by your success. And we want you to share those success stories with us. And that can be done by emailing it to us at info, that's info, at iwbnin.com. That's info at iwbnin.com. Or you can leave your success story on any of our social media platforms. And who knows, your story might be featured on an upcoming episode of the Monday Money Tip Podcast. Until next week, hey, do one thing. Go get 3 new quotes this week for your car and your home insurance, car and renter's insurance. I think you'll be so glad you did. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review and subscribe. And for more great content and to stay up to date, visit iwbnin.com. We'll catch you next time.